It's Greg and Dan show on WMBD. Greg Batt and Dan Diorio. I'm the Greg, he's the Dan. This is our last show together for the year. We're taking a couple of days off tomorrow and Monday. Then next week, I'm gone a couple of days, you're gone a couple of days. Yeah. So we normally have a big food celebration on our last day, but we decided to turn it into International Day.
Yep.
So we had our friend from Latvia on earlier this morning, Peggy.
Yeah.
And this morning, at this time, we've been talking about this gentleman all week, and we're going to get to him in a second, but he's from Ireland originally, living somewhere else right now. This all came about because my friend Jim Waller called me the other day. Jim is at Brewers Distributing and has been our friend for many, many years. Good to see you. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas to you.
So you call, we were talking about a bunch of stuff, and then you said, I knew that your daughter, who is also here, and we'll talk to in a minute, had moved to Ireland a few years back, because you've been to visit.
Yes.
And what do you think when you go?
Oh, it's, living a dream. Erin decided to pursue her master's, so she got into a program at Trinity College, and that really launched me a great excuse to go. So I've been 3 times, and it's just it's hard to explain. I felt very much at home, but it's just, obviously a little bit different world.
Now, Jim Dillon, mayor of West Peoria, we have a sister city,
Clonmel,
in Ireland, and he keeps threatening, and we're listening seriously about going and doing our show over there.
We got to do it, and that's a review, Danny. That's a review. It's our dream come true. Yeah. We would be able to do it in the middle of the day, instead of that stupid 4:00 in the morning thing we got to do all the time. Right? That would be fun.
So what's a little frustrating is trying to convey exactly how cool it is. I mean, I don't think people get it until you do it.
You go.
I can tell you one thing: if you go once, you will go again.
Well, so in this conversation, you're telling me that your daughter and her boyfriend have not moved, but have come back to visit for the holidays.
Yes.
And that it was the young man's first time in the United States. You go, hey, I'm lining up some stuff we're going to do.
Right.
And you started taking off some things, and I said, well, one of them should be coming on the show.
That is, when I picked him up when he got into town, one of his bucket list things was to be live on the radio.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. So on the Greg and Dan show.
So I'm like, let me see what I can do. I'll do what I can.
Well, you're a good dad. Erin, good morning to you. It's good to see you. I know that your father loves you very much, and he comes over there and he brags about you all the time.
Sure.
So, but you guys don't live in Ireland anymore.
No.
You live in Dubai.
Live in Dubai. Moved about 1.5 years ago. Did 5 years in Dublin.
And knowing what I think I know about Dubai, and knowing what it is to be in Peoria, we have a hard time standing up to that. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in Dubai.
It's just a little different. Like, they'll mop the paths in case there's like anything on there, and then here it's not really quite the same. It's just different. Not better or worse. It's just different.
We
a little
spill
shinier.
beer a lot, but we don't mop it up. I'll tell you that.
No.
So do you like living there? Do you miss Peoria? Do you miss Peoria?
I miss all of the people.
Yeah. So how is it? Real quick before we get to Chris, Chris Butler is your boyfriend. And he's right there.
Yeah.
How did you meet him?
I met him in Dublin at one of my best friend's birthday parties.
Okay.
He did the Masters a year after I did, so they had a big friend group.
So everybody's kind of related as far as a friend.
So then I showed up to the birthday party.
And so Chris, you're the man of the hour here. This is your first trip to the United States, and obviously your first trip to Peoria in Central Illinois. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Greg.
It's good to meet you. What do you do for a living?
So I'm a consultant. I work in supply chain and operations.
I feel like that you're probably a CIA guy, and that is just a cover story.
I wish it was as cool as that.
Okay, guys, you seem like a cool guy. I want to ask you about your background, because I learned from talking to Jim that your family's musicians. You are as well. So tell me about that.
So my granddad on my father's side played the accordion for years. I never got to meet him, but my dad made sure that I played the accordion as a result.
And do you guys, did you play as a family, or do you just all musically inclined?
No, my dad fancies himself as a dancer, but would never pick up an instrument.
Okay. Now we got a story. Dad fancied himself a dancer. Was he a dancer?
He still dances to this day, well into his 70s. Has his dancing shoes, goes to social dances.
Okay.
Wouldn't be on a stage in front of a crowd, but
but he enjoys the music. He enjoys
the jive. Yeah, for sure.
And do you still play?
I do. I play quite a bit.
Under what circumstances do you play?
After a couple of pints, typically.
Okay,
see, we thought that you were going to bring it and we'd hear some drunken Irish Christmas songs. So
okay, I'll certainly give you a tune if Christmas songs might be a stretch.
So, by the way, I would like to say hello to your mom. She's listening to us from Ireland today.
Yeah,
and your mom's name is Helena?
Helena.
Helena
Yes.
Burke.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, for listening and to us on the stream. You can always do that anywhere you go or on our app. So what have you done so far you've only been here 3 days, or 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
What have you done so far?
So I arrived into Chicago on the weekend, and Erin and I caught a Blackhawks game, which was amazing, the national anthem before the
isn't that crazy?
I'd never seen anything like it before in my life.
That guy can blow, man. He's unbelievable.
But even the energy from the crowd.
Yeah. They go bonkers.
Yeah. Nuts. And then, I arrived in Peoria a couple of days ago, and we went to St. Phil's Elementary to see a recital from Erin's nephew, which is lovely.
Wait a minute, let's back up. Those guys were how old? Kindergartners? Preschool?
Pre-K.
Preschoolers.
Yeah.
Pre-K? I'm jealous of you, because there's nothing better. Everybody looks shiny and happy, and they're singing so hard. That's
I'm not sure if they're listening, but shout out to Cam and Shay if they are.
Now, and so you did that. So St. Phil's for a little music, and then what else?
Absolutely, and then just the food here is something that I'm really interested in. So we don't get the pancakes quite like you get here.
Yeah.
So the original pancake house was frequented yesterday, and
I know, I'm embarrassed. I'm not sure. You seem like a very sophisticated kind of fella, and I know I grew up here. I know what we eat, right, Jim? Right, Dan?
Yeah. So
I'm not even looking at you right now.
Yeah.
I'm just
So you're in Dubai going, I wish they had an IHOP.
Yeah. One of the things one of our listeners suggested that you must eat, 2 things actually that I would like you to try.
Yeah.
And Mr. Waller over here will be happy to find a place. One is the giant pork sandwich, the pounded breaded tenderloin pork, which usually is about this big.
Yeah.
On a little tiny bun, which is hysterical, and then the horseshoe.
Yeah.
Have you already heard about the horseshoe?
Jim was talking about this yesterday.
Yeah. You have to have a horseshoe,
Yeah.
and then never come back to the United States again.
I said if it's horseshoe day, it's going to be nap day.
Oh yeah, you can. So, what do you guys do? Erin, help me with this as well. What do you guys do for fun in Dubai these days? What is the social scene? Or are you athletes?
The weather there is a little different. So it's like right now, like 75, 80.
Yeah.
So you get up, go to the gym, go to the beach, go to like a bottomless brunch, and then go home and get takeaway.
Okay, so my
your life is too good.
Yeah.
Man.
Aside from working 60 hours a week.
My picture of Dubai is there's no poor, no depressed areas.
No.
It's all just rich.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's obviously workers that don't have the best working environments, but for the most part, it is just a lot
pretty
of wealth,
wealthy.
a lot of status.
What about your growing up? Where did you grow up? What city?
So
Not that we're going to know.
Dublin,
You're
Ireland.
in Dublin. Okay, I do know that one.
So about 30 minutes away from the city centre, and grew up there my whole life. Spent a couple of years. I studied Chinese, so spent a little bit of time in Asia. 90% of my life was in Dublin, and a little bit. So I'm from Dublin, but most of my extended family is from the west of Ireland. So Clare, Galway, and you mentioned Clonmel there.
Yeah.
Clonmel. While none of my family are from Clonmel, a lot of one or two of the big traditional music competitions have been held in Clonmel. Over the last couple of years, and it's a phenomenal.
So when
place.
Greg and I broadcast there, your relatives will come say hi to us?
Absolutely, yeah, I'm sure.
By
they
the
will.
way, you're not helping with that whole blowing your CIA cover by saying you studied Chinese. I was like, well, we were right, Dan.
Yeah,
we could spot an undercover guy a mile away. And so, growing up was a big family, little family. Tell me about that.
So I've stepbrothers and stepsisters, 2 stepsisters and a stepbrother.
Yeah.
Grew up an only child, but my extended family, my mum was one of 8, my dad is
so huge.
one of 4. The numbers are once you got a cousin level, it's quite a.
You got uncles and cousins everywhere, right?
Absolutely. Erin came to a wedding in the last couple of weeks, and she got to meet them all, which was nice. Yeah.
Good luck on that. You know what I'm saying. Jim, what do you got on tap for him?
Well, after this, we're going to go to Gubby's for breakfast.
Is Gebby around, by the way? Is he feeling all right?
Yeah, I think he's still,
Please introduce him to him.
I
want you to meet that man.
That'll be an afternoon in itself.
Who, by the way, Gebby also works for the CIA.
Yeah.
He's been undercover for 45 years.
Yeah.
So Gebby's, and then what?
Well, I'd like to try to get him, it's kind of weird. Like, he'd never been to a Walmart before, so he hit Walmart.
Perfect.
I'd like to get him to Alwyn's for some sides.
Yes.
Maybe Weaver's for a tenderloin.
All right.
And then, Jimmy's for sure. We're definitely, maybe not once, but twice.
Well, you've been in the beer business for how long? 30,
It'll
40
be
years?
24 years.
24 years?
Yeah.
So you know all the spots.
I do.
Get him to some of the spots you can't talk about.
We're planning on it.
Okay, that's going to be great.
I'm trying to be careful.
I know what you're saying.
You got to hit dive bars like the Duck Inn and just goofy places up along the river.
See, and I'm a dive bar person.
Yeah.
So, like Veterans.
down on
for a pizza.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal. And I don't want to leave anybody out.
Yeah.
The Trolley's sort of become a new place.
That's a good spot.
It's a good spot.
Well, Chris, what do you want to do besides all these things? I know Jim's going to take care of you, but is there stuff? Like going to Walmart. What was that experience like for you?
It was interesting. I think the time of day that we went, it was a little bit quieter than usual. But it's a different world. The amount of stuff that's available.
You should go on Christmas Eve around 8 p.m. I think that'll be a fun night.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure.
Is there something else?
But no, just like the authentic Peoria experience. So like the likes of a dive bar would be ideal in terms of just seeing what normal life is like here, I suppose. And I think we're going to Bradley basketball game tomorrow.
Are you going tonight?
Tonight, of course.
Tonight,
yeah. So
I'll see you at the game. I'll be there at the game. I'll see you tonight. I'll buy you a beer or something. But it's a good place. Dan and I have been here a long time. Jim's been here a long time. I'm proud to be from here. I really like this community. I think it's cool. Yeah. And it's nice to meet somebody who's new to it and seeing it through new eyes. So I hope you have a great... How long are you going to be here?
Going to be here until another 8 or 9 days, I think. So we have a decent amount of time. But I have to say the welcome that I've received here from the people of Peoria has been phenomenal. It's
not everybody that comes to visit gets to be on the show. So that's, that's because of Jim. That's because of Jim and our affection for him. So and Erin, it's nice to meet you. Keep up all the good work and taking care of your pop over here. He's a pretty good dude. Yeah. Jim, thank you, man.
Thank you.
See you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
When
Merry
are the
Christmas.
Clydesdales coming back?
We had them twice this year.
Oh, did you?
So we'll just have to wait and see.
All right. Well, it's good to see all of you.
Well, we went and visited him once.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and he bit my son's... one of them bit my son's coat.
Yeah, you owe him $20.
Yeah. I got it. I got it.
It's good to see all of you. Merry Christmas to all three of you. Thank you very much.